had spoken. The truth is upon us, but some of you are not ready to hear it. This is why I'm going to give you a warning. The first and only warning that we're going to be talking about a huge plot point from The End and the Death Part 2 that confirms absolutely massive ramifications for going forward in the Warhammer 40,000 lore. So if you haven't read The End of the Death Part 2, if you're currently reading it and you don't want to be spoiled, leave now, because the foil takes no prisoners. Now, for those of you who are still around, strap yourself in. This hole of glory is only going to get more wetter, more soggier, more damper, because we're going deep. So deep, it's going to hurt, because now we have evidence that the primarchs don't die. Yes, I said it. The primarchs literally were, when they die, they don't die. They have ghosts, they have spirits. They can be brought back from the dead in a spirit form. This is seen in The End of the Death Part 2 when Sanguinius is fighting aboard the Vengeful Spirit. As he's fighting his way to Horus, he's taking like hordes of like chaos demons and space marines out in his wrathful way of doing it. Then he's taken aback a bit because in front of him is the spirit of Ferrus Manus. Now, I get if people are going to say, is that really Ferrus Manus? But it is. This is the ghost, the spirit of Ferrus Manus. The little blurb of text I'm going to put in the background now is taken from the chapter where Sanguinius meets it, and this is how it's possible. It's Horus. It's Horus's power that he uses to bring these brothers back, to show Sanguinius basically how powerful he's become. Again, the little blurb of text in the background says he can drag the dead from their tombs and times and make them live as they once lived. That is the most powerful quote in there that we're going to build the theory, the foil, the speculation on, because Ferrus then goes on to say in this chapter that all his other brothers have basically come to watch what is about to happen between Sanguinius and Horus. The spirits of those brothers, don't forget, there's a lot of dead primarchs at this point. There is Ferrus Manus, there is Alpharius or Omegon, we don't know which is which. Maybe even the Lost Primarchs is a little bit of a hint, but nothing foundational to build on at this point. But one of the big points in here is that it more or less states that the fallen Primarchs, their spirits are more or less trapped in this death of the warp as well. So like Fulgrim, like Angron's roars, I heard through like the spirit realm and stuff like that. So these Primarchs, even though they've become demon Primarchs, maybe the good side of them is still alive, trapped in this beyondverse of the warp interium, and maybe they can be brought back with future implications if the law is in place for that to happen. We know that in Warhammer 40,000, like Dante has literally had visions upon death of meeting Sanguinius, and he's like, "Father, I'm here. I finally died. I finally done my duty." And Sanguinius has gone, "No, it's not done yet, boy." And he slings him back. He's like, "No, father, no, I just want to join you." So there definitely is some type of like afterlife for Primarchs. And this is now, the evidence is all I need to build on the next big theory. Again, I've discussed this a little bit in a previous foil video, double foils connected at the tips. This is what I like to see. Again, another little spoiler warning for people who are still here. This is going to cover something from the Fabius Bile and the Belisarius Call book called Gene Father. Leave the video now if you don't want to be spoiled again, because in that book, it comes out that there is evidence of bringing the Primarch program back to life. The Emperor basically left breadcrumbs for a genius like Belisarius Call to build on that work, to redo it again. So technically, if Games Workshop want to bring back Primarchs, I think they can now. I think they can bring every Primarch back. They'll have Call build the bodies, and the Emperor, he's going to have the same power as Horus. He can bring spirits and whatever back from this afterlife kind of thing and shove them back into the bodies. Now, I'm not saying that every Primarch is going to return. We're not going to get Horus 2, Electric Boogaloo. We're not going to get Conrad Kurz, who's not like an absolute knobhead or anything like that. But I do think this is some way of bringing back maybe a certain Primarch, maybe even Sanguinius. Maybe this could be the, like, Sanguinius being reborn. I've always said Sanguinius' sacrifice in the Horus Heresy is so big, having him come back in 40k would be kind of like, oh my god, I can't believe they've done that. It means nothing for the Horus Heresy. But maybe other Primarchs, like Dawn and stuff, everyone says Dawn's dead. No, he's not dead, he's still alive. But if he is dead, big if, I don't believe he is, then this is a way to bring him back. Other Primarchs like, well, not Vulcan, he's a Perpetual and stuff like Alpharius maybe bring him back in certain ways. All I'm trying to get across is that the foil has braced onto this, right? And GW have it in their back pocket to potentially bring anything back from the dead now. Your argument, of course, is that going to make the setting good or bad? People love Primarchs, people hate Primarchs, people like Primarchs coming back, people hate Primarchs coming back, right? I'm not here to judge what you're on about. All I'm here is to give you the evidence, what the foil has uncovered. For me, I personally think within the next couple of years, when I say next couple of years, within the next 10 to 20 years, most of the Primarchs, if not all the Primarchs, will be back in the current 40k setting, because it's all about that. It's all about the De Niro, baby. And GW love to Scrooge McDuck themselves into pools of money. Right, I'm done. The foil's out. Emperor bless you, brothers, and the fellow foilers of the channel. See ya, and bye-bye.